So I tested out CX Genie today just to see how this new AI chatbot works, and I wanted to give you my honest review. By the way, I love keeping track of all of the newest and best AppSumo deals, so I decided to add all of them in this Notion spreadsheet. Now, if you want access to this spreadsheet for free, just click the link in my description. I update this every week. This also includes non-AppSumo SaaS software as well. Now, the pricing for CX Genie ranges from $14.99 to $24.99 per month, but they are currently on AppSumo for a lifetime deal, which starts at $79 for license tier 1. So this is an AI chatbot which offers customer support all day and night. So you can do live chat, or you can have the AI communicate with anyone who's asking any questions on your website. So if you get licensed tier 1, you can have 10,000 conversations per month, and you can feed it 50 document limits for the AI to review and to help answer your customers' questions. You can create 20 chatbots and invite 5 team members into your account. It also includes these other features as well. Now, if you want access to the help desk, ticket management, form builders, the white labeling, and the product data sync up, you would need to get license tier 3. And this AppSumo deal is tied to all future Pro plan updates, and that Pro plan is listed right here at $24.99 a month on their website. So this is the dashboard overview. So you can see some high-level statistics right here and a couple of reports, such as the bot's daily reply report over time and your teammates' monthly reply report over time as well, as you can see right here. So this tool is centered all around bots. So to create one, you can click on bots right here. And if you click on this button right here, you can start creating your bot. We first need to name the bot, and you can choose an avatar for it and a specific greeting. So this is what the bot would first send out whenever you interact with it, when a customer interacts with it. And you can choose from a blank template or this food and breakfast F&B restaurant. There's no other templates that are currently available. So let's click on blank template, then click on create new bot. And since this is an AI bot, you can add it data. Okay, so if you click on add new data, you can import FAQs via an Excel file. So you can list out your question and then the answer. So if you have tons of questions and answers, you can quickly upload that through an Excel file, or you can manually add the questions and answers like this. Another way to feed the AI is to add articles manually. So if you click on add articles, you can put the title and the content right here. Now, for whatever reason, the knowledge base cannot be clicked on. I think they might be still working on this feature, but for now, for creating manual articles, you can add the title and the content right here. And you can also upload documents as well. Now, keep in mind that depending on which AppSumo deal you get, the document limit for AI knowledge will depend on which tier. So it's either 50 for tier 1 or unlimited for tiers 2 and 3. So you can add a document right here. Now keep in mind that you can add PDFs and PowerPoint slides, and you can add up to 10 files at a time, and the file size should not exceed 100 megabytes. Now I'm not sure why they don't accept Word docs or text files. It's just PDFs and PowerPoint slides. Aside from uploading documents, you can also add URLs. So if you have a website or a help desk on your website, you can include the help articles right here. And you can also connect with a database, okay? So if you click on add database, you can create a new database connection right here so that the AI can pull from your database to help answer your customers' questions. And you can also connect to an e-commerce store. So right now you can connect with your Shopify or WooCommerce account. Now let me show you how all of this data looks like. So I'm gonna go back and open up the other bot that I created earlier today. So if you click on feed data, you can see the various FAQs that I have for my business. So for example, I have a question here. It says, I am a small business and do not have a lot of money to invest. Can you help me out? So then this is my answer. Our monthly cost starts at $1,000 per month, no exceptions, so on and so forth. So I have these 5 FAQs. And for articles, I do have one article I added right here. And in terms of documents, I did upload quite a bit of documents, various PowerPoint slides, a couple of one PDF right here, and URLs that I added from my website. So now this particular bot is trained with all of this data. So after you upload all of this data, you can click on Bot's Knowledge. So the AI will sift through all of that information, and you can see all of the pieces of knowledge right here. There's currently 351 pieces of knowledge that you can go through, and you can read it. These are the questions and answers, and see whether or not it is correct. You can also edit it as well. Right, so if you take a look here, what additional services does LeadTagger offer related to PPC management? The knowledge says LeadTagger offers a free PPC audit. So if we want to edit that, we can click on Edit, update the answer right here. So I can say something like, we also offer paid audits that are more thorough. And then I can click on Save Changes. And you can also give it a dictionary as well. So if you click on Dictionary, you can add keywords and their meaning for the chatbot to recognize when they appear in the customer's conversation. And there's also a waitlist. So there are 3 unanswered questions. So these questions come from the conversations that your AI has with your customers. Okay, so if there's a question that the AI doesn't know, it'll be listed out right here, and then you can answer them. Okay, so say for example, I need info in pricing. I can click on Edit, and then I can provide it with an answer. So I can say something like, our pricing starts at $1,000 per month, and then import the knowledge. Now, one thing about CX Genie is that I'm not sure how well the AI can sift through the data that I give it. When I chat with it, the responses aren't always the best in terms of the information that I give it. Okay, so say for example, in terms of the pricing, I did give it pricing, but whenever the AI replies, it actually doesn't reply back with the pricing that I fed it earlier. So that's one thing to know. The AI doesn't necessarily communicate or respond as well as an actual person or the other AI chatbots out there. Now with this AppSumo deal, it is tied to ChatGPT 4. Okay, so I wonder in the future if they will add maybe O1 or O1 mini. We shall see. But you can add your own API key, which is nice. Okay, now to add your own API key, you can click on Settings on the left and click on AI API key provider. Now, one thing that I came across was that when I did add my GPT-4o AI key right here, it actually didn't take it. So we first need to name the API key, and you can add GPT-4o, Gemini 1.5, or Claude 3.5, okay? Now I'm gonna add my OpenAI key right here. You can also set as Workspace key as well. So setting your own key as Workspace key ensures no credits are charged by CX Genie. Now when I click on Save Changes, we give it a few moments to load, and it says API key not valid. Not exactly sure why, because I did create one in my OpenAI account, but for whatever reason, it's not taking my API key. And I did try to contact support. Now with the support, it is using CX Genie, which is nice, but at the same time, I wasn't able to connect with a real person, and the AI doesn't necessarily answer my questions all too well. So I didn't get the support and my questions fully answered, unfortunately. Okay, so you can set the general information like the name, the business name, the avatar, the theme, also the reply language. And then you can see an example of how it looks like on the right-hand side. And in terms of members, you can invite members to use this bot and the information that it collects. Okay, so I added one team member right here. And of course, you can add the training data, which we discussed a moment ago. And this is the workflow, okay? So you can create multiple workflows. I have a welcome workflow right here. So to add one, we can add new workflow. I can call this workflow number 2, and we can select the channel. So the website, Facebook Messenger, or Telegram, and you can trigger a condition. So when does this workflow start? Now we can see here, when user chat, when user intend, contain keyword, trigger by action, trigger by tag. Another thing I'm noticing about CX Genie is the fact that navigating the tool is sometimes a little hard, and it's also hard to understand certain things. Now, one clear example is right here. So I don't know exactly what when user chat means. I don't know what that means. Contain keyword, it makes sense, right? So if a user types in a specific keyword, then this workflow triggers, but I don't know exactly what chat or intend really means here. Trigger by action makes sense. So we can say, when a new conversation created, we can select that. Even in terms of the phrases right here, sometimes it's hard to understand as well. So when a new conversation created, that I understand that, but in terms of the English on this tool, it isn't totally fluent. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It could be hard to navigate. I'm just trying to understand what certain things mean. Okay, so we can click on Create Workflow. And here is where we create our workflow. Okay, so we have the start. So trigger by action when a new conversation is created. And then we can click here, and we have various options here. So we can reply with a text and image, message with actions, set up a condition, connect our AI API, have an API call, connect to a database, list and options. We can connect a saved workflow. We can collect feedback from the user, notify an agent, have a user submit a form, turn off auto reply. We can close the conversation, recap the chat message, list out frequent questions, capture customers' information, create a ticket, auto tag the conversation, or auto assign agents. So quite a bit of actions we can select. So maybe we can say message with actions. So we can create that right here. So we can say something like, how can we help you today? And we can require users select action to continue the flow. Again, so the English isn't totally accurate, but you might need to infer certain things. So we can toggle this on and then add action. So these are the various buttons. So we can say something like maybe pricing, add another action, contact form, could be another one. And regarding the buttons, you can have a selection or link button. Okay, so create the button to navigate to other link outside the flow. Okay, so you have a couple of options here. And then we can wait, so we can toggle this on. So after certain seconds, minutes, hours, or days, then we can have this message pop up. And then these are the settings, but this is the introduction. Create a text message with action buttons. So I'm not sure what this introduction tab really means. I think this is just kind of like an overview of what this flow is supposed to do. I assume, not exactly sure what introduction stands for here. And the introduction tab is basically for all of the flow actions you will see. So for pricing, if someone clicks on that, maybe have a message. So we can say something like, our pricing starts at $1,000 per month. We can also add an image as well. And you can see the introduction tab right here, and it says create and send a text and image message. Okay, so I guess, yeah, the introduction just explains what the flow does. Okay, so let's exit out of that, connect the contact form. Now, instead of message, we can either capture the customer info or form submit. Okay, so let's click on form submit. Now you can use the default form where this information is collected from chat users section. Okay, you have a URL here, a security token, or you can use a custom form. Now I'll show you how to create a custom form in a moment. I created a custom form, so you can select the form and then you can save result as a variable. So here is an example of the results when saving as a variable. And then you can also set a wait time. And then we need to add our message here. So we can say something like, fill out this form. And then introduction, I guess, yeah, it just tells you what this flow step does. Okay, so we can exit out of that, then click on Save Changes. And then we can preview the chat as well by clicking on Preview. And here you go. So each step, it's highlighted in green. Okay, so right now we are in this step. Now if I click on Pricing, we can wait for the AI to respond. And then now this is highlighted green. And this is what we see right here. Our pricing starts at $1,000 per month. Okay. Now, if I click on contact form, let's give it a moment. Another thing as well is that sometimes the AI does take a while to reply. So you are left kind of waiting a few seconds to get a response. Okay, so this is the form. So fill out this form, first name, email, and question, and they can fill that out. Okay, so we can also hit publish. Okay, now let me show you the first workflow I created earlier. So it's this welcome workflow. So you can see you can do tons of stuff with this. Okay, so the trigger action is when a new conversation created. Okay, so that's the trigger. And then this is the first action. So how can I help you? And then I added 3 buttons right here. So get pricing. So if someone clicks on this button, then I would send them this automated message. And after that, I would create a ticket and I would auto tag this conversation. Okay, so one thing to note as well is that whenever you want to maybe drag something, it creates a duplicate. Not exactly sure why. I don't know if that's intentional or if that is a bug. So if you want to move things around, you can't. You can delete it by clicking on the delete button. Also, it's the same with this as well. So you notice 2 welcomes. I try to move this. This one works, but there was an instance where it duplicated it and I cannot delete it. So this is there permanently. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so yeah, this one will create a ticket. And you can see here, we will follow up with you to discuss pricing. So send ticket link to customer. And then this is the auto tagging. So the AI can auto tag this conversation. So we have auto close, which is there automatically. And then there is this pricing tag that I created. So if someone asks about pricing, they will get tagged with this pricing tag right here. And for the second button, speak to a rep, I'm going to notify an agent. So allow to select specific agents to get notifications. Now, when I toggle this on, I think I'm seeing a bug right here. So I cannot see an agent to select. Okay, so I'm going to toggle this off, which basically means it'll notify everyone. So there's a bug right here. Just keep that in mind. And then after the agents get notified, then the AI will ask for the customer's name and email. And for this third button, submit form, it's going to have them fill out the form. So as you can see, tons of different scenarios you can do right here. Now, aside from the workflows you can build out, you can also set up the settings for this bot. Okay, so this is the initial greeting. So this is the very first greeting that the AI will send out when you click on the bot, right? And then this is the chat starts option. So show full chat history to customer or show newest open conversation to customer only. So you have those 2 options here. And you can have the AI learn from conversation. Allow bot learns to answer from conversations. Okay, so as you can see here, the English isn't totally accurate. So when you read certain things on this tool, you might need to think a little harder to understand exactly what each thing really means. Okay, so it is kind of a little bit difficult to use this tool just because of that reason. And then here it says bot will apply new knowledge after learning, immediately or after reviewing. So you can review that knowledge and decide whether or not you want the bot to learn from it or not. And then there's also automation, so auto reply. So bot will reply messages automatically. And if the action on unknown question. So if the AI doesn't know the answer to a question, you can have it input your answer here. So you can say something like, sorry, I don't have enough information to answer this question. Or you can have an AI generated answer or just do no reply. And you can also have the AI pull from other knowledge. Okay, so if the knowledge isn't from your business, you can have it pull from other non-business information as well. Okay, so this will make the bot more flexible in responding, but also makes it easier for the bot to provide information unrelated to your business. You can also allow bot using emoji in chat message, and there's also auto suggestion. So the bot will suggest the answers for human agent. And there's also collect information, which means the bot will require user to input contact information before chat. So tons of different settings you can set. And to launch the bot, you have a couple of options here. You can embed it with a chat button. Okay, so you can add this code snippet right here. And then the chat button will be either on the bottom right or bottom left. Now, if you don't want the standard chat button, you can embed without chat button. So you can have a custom link, right? A custom button you create on your website. And when someone clicks on that custom button, then it will toggle the chat. Okay, so you need to add these two codes here. This first one, and then you need to paste this code snippet into the button you want to trigger chat widget, right? And there's also the CX Genie app that you can download. And it's both for the App Store and Google Play Store. Now, if you want to know how the embed with chat button looks like, you can take a look at my website where I embedded it. It's right here. So this is CX Genie. So you can see here, this is the initial message, right? And then this is the workflow. So how can I help you? So I can say something like get pricing. So if I click on that button, it will reply with this. Okay, so we offer 3 different packages, and I also included an image, and it says the AI greets the customer and asks how it can assist. The customer inquires about pricing, and the AI provides information on 3 packages. So this is the ticket that it created. Now, not exactly sure why I'm looking at that ticket as a customer, but I guess as a customer, it could make sense just to see an overview of what the ticket entails, and then it just kind of restarts again. Okay, so you can, submit form, and the form should pop up right here. Yep, so please provide your details below, and then the customer can fill out this form. Okay, so this is how CX Genie looks like on your website. You can attach files and also add emojis as well. Now you can see that right here. All right, and you can add prompts and models as well. So use bot default prompt or use a custom prompt. So you can say something like, be more professional or be funny, something to match your brand or personality. You can add that right here. And you can also select the AI API key name. Now I tried to add my API key, but it wasn't working as you saw earlier. You can also add a custom domain to this specific bot, and they give you instructions right here. You can also connect a webhook as well. So whenever a bot receives a message, or a bot does not have an answer to a message, or bot returns answer from API call, you can add your webhook URL right here to push it to a different tool. You can also connect with other platforms as well, like WordPress, Shopify, Slack, Discord, so on and so forth. And this is your live chat. Okay, so you can see here any chats that are going on. You can set up the filters here. Okay, so here is a conversation that I had on my website. So you can see the conversation that the AI was having with this customer. So you can also take over as well. So you can type in anything you want, and the customer can reply back to you. You can also use AI. Choose action you want AI do it for you. So summarize conversation, auto AI tag, and learn this conversation. So bot has already learned this conversation. Now, if you click on this icon, you can select a shortcut that you create. Okay, so if you get questions, the same questions all the time, you can create a shortcut. Now, I created this pricing shortcut. So if you click on it, the shortcut will automatically get pasted right here, and then you can send it. Now, to create a shortcut, just click on Create Shortcut, and you can add the name of the shortcut right here and the message. And there's a handful of actions you can add right here. So you can assign it to an entire team or specific members inside your team. You can also tag the conversation or close the conversation, okay? And then you can create topics. So this is a great way to organize a lot of your conversations. So if this one is about pricing, then maybe you want to put this in the pricing topic. Okay, so just to keep things more organized. And this is your help desk. So this is your live chat view and your ticket view. So right now I did create a ticket earlier, so you can pull that conversation and see where you guys left off. And if you click on this eye icon on the top right, so here you can view specific information about this particular customer. Okay, so you can take a look at their email, when this ticket was created, when it was last replied, by who, the name. You can merge this with another ticket if you want. This is the automatically created ID number, the category this was, the team, the assignee, so you can assign it to a specific person, specific tags like pricing, priority, so critical, high, medium, or low, the status, and some additional private notes you may want to add right here. So I can say something like, give him pricing, then click on save. So say, for example, maybe we already answered this customer's question. We can close it, then click on save. So now it says closed right over here. And then you can also view the specific tickets in a list view right here. So this is a ticket that is currently open. So this is another conversation that I had, and you can view the customer's information here. So you can add the person's name and add notes right here, and you can save it. And we can select a category for this specific ticket and the assignee, then click on save. And this is the contacts view. So the contacts view is basically all the people that have communicated with your AI bots, including people who didn't include their name or their email. It'll be listed out right here. And then you can see any information that it might have, the activities, metadata, and the chat history, and the tickets for this specific person. And there's also e-commerce, so you can connect Shopify or WooCommerce. And this is the form builder. Okay, so I created one right here, a contact form. So you can name it, you can add your input label, the input type, so it can be text, text area, a number, a selection. You can have people upload a file, choose a date and time. So this is the form details. You can also set up the automations as well, okay? So you can send a response after they fill out the form. Now, I did take a while to figure out this automation. I actually couldn't figure out how to get this to work. So it says when the form result is created or updated, if, you can choose first name, email, question. So I just selected first name is empty, is not empty. So that basically means if someone fills out the form, then send message to form submitter, teams, or members. So I selected form submitter, the platform is chat, and this is your message. You can also add another action if you want and click on save. Now I tried this, but I couldn't get this to work, but let me try it again. I saved it. Let me try it again. Let's see if this actually works. So this is the form, right? So first name, email, and question. Okay, so I'm going to fill out this form. Let's see if it works this time. I'm going to click on submit, and here is your response. Okay, form result submitted. Okay, so it actually worked this time. Okay, so yes. And this is where you can create categories and tags. So right now I am in my categories view. So you can create various categories and tags to organize your messages, your chats, and your customers. And this is the marketplace. So right now I do have access to all of these features, but if you don't, you will need to pay every single month for these additional features. And these are the workspace settings, okay? So you can add your logo here, company information. There's also custom authentication. So set up CX Genie to connect with your system and retrieve contact information automatically instead of manual output. So this is a little technical. So you will need to know how to set this up, but I turned this off here. You can also set your working hours for this specific workspace. So a workspace can be, an individual business, and these are the notifications that you can decide to get, either push notification or email. And this is the white label setup. So you can add your custom domain here and add the CNAME in your hosting. You can add the favicon and meta title, and also the meta image and meta description. So whenever you share, it'll have your custom information on social media, online. And this is the AI API key provider. Now, don't forget, if you want access to my must-have SaaS tools for digital entrepreneurs, you can get this for free. The only way to grab this is by clicking the link in my description. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed my CX Genie review. If you did, please let me know by hitting that like button and also subscribing to my channel. And if you want to check out the CX Genie deal page, just click the link right over here.